Welcome to the Offshore Club's fun-filled, fact-filled, fast-paced, blockbuster podcast, Coffee with Carib Carter, coming to you exclusively from where the sun never sets on the good life at a great price. And now, fill up your favorite coffee mug and join your expert and your guide, Carib Carter Clues.
Hi, and welcome to the second edition of Coffee with Carib Carter. Thanks for joining me last week, and thanks for being back again this week. It is my pleasure. I welcome you, and I thank you for all the wonderful emails I received from last week's show. And I treasure them. And as you know, those who sent them, I answer every one of them personally because you are this show. You know, I'm honored enough to be the one who's on it and gets to talk with you, but I need to hear from you because you give me guidance and you give me the feedback that helps me know what you need to hear on Coffee with Carib Carter. Okay, so thank you. Let me remind you of our format because we're going to go. I love the old magazines. As I mentioned last week, there was a section. You go to your favorite section, and I want you to be able to do the same thing with Coffee with Carib Carter. So we have 7 sections: 7, 5, 2. The first, a day in the life. I'll just relate a story to you about what it was like to actually live in Honduras, okay? I'm back in the States now because I have to be for a while, but I still have my home in Honduras, and I'll relate you a story about what it was like in the year and a half that I lived there, which was absolutely wonderful. The second segment is frequently asked questions. The questions I'm going to ask most and that I get most from you, particularly in your emails or what I answer, today I'm going to talk about healthcare. So I think you're going to look forward to that. That's one of the questions I get most. The Mad Max report, that's the place where I need to be real honest with you. I'm suggesting to you, move offshore, move to the Caribbean, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, the works, Belize, Panama, I could go on. I'm suggesting you move there. The Mad Max report is going to tell you why you need to get out of here. And I'm sorry to say that. I was in politics in Washington 40 years. As some of you know, it's not good. And that's, not going to take a long time on that because we're here to enjoy ourselves. But we need to know, what the score is here. I always want you to know the score. Third, $1,000 listing Caribbean. You all watch Ryan Serhant, I'm sure, $1,000 listing, $1 million listing New York. Well, I'm no Ryan Serhant, and I'm not out to sell you any properties. Believe me, I don't want to sell you a house, as I said last week, but I'm happy to help you go shopping for a home. Okay, so I'll tell you one today I think is pretty good. Friends and family, an interview with someone who either has lived there or lives there now. People are going to be your friends and family. You met a lot of them last week. How about that? Rachel, Elisa, Mike, Patrick, they're your friends and family now. So when you move offshore, you already have friends and family there. And that's a great feeling. Isn't it? And finally, potpourri, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Today, I think you're going to enjoy it because I'm going to introduce you to someone very, very special. Very special. At least to me. You're going to see why I say that in a few minutes. And finally, let's do this thing. That's our theme of the show. Let's do this thing. A little bit of inspiration, maybe. So let's get started. Let's get started with the first segment of the show, A Day in the Life. And the purpose of the day in life, I said, is just to give you a little bit of flavor of what it's really like living there. You see some of these, TripAdvisor and all these others that, but you're not taking a trip. You're thinking, I might want to live there. So let me tell you what it was really like. Last week, I told you about the guy at the airport in Roatan. This week, I tell you about one of my first nights living in El Pino. El Pino is a little tiny town in about 30 minutes outside of La Ceiba, which is the tourist capital of Honduras. Not a lot of tourists there, but that's the tourist capital. Beautiful city, by the way, right on the beach. But El Pino was out in the countryside. I wanted to live with the real Hondurans, right? So I put a little home out in the countryside. Tell you the truth, I paid $20,000 for it. Yeah, I said $20,000. It was nice, 2-bedroom yard, lots of fruit trees, my own bananas, my own oranges, the work. So I'm living there, and I wake up one of the first nights there. I look up at the ceiling, one of the first mornings, and there's this creature on the ceiling above my bed. Right above my bed. I'm laying there in my underwear. I'm above my bed. What the hell is that? I literally jump out of bed, run out the door. I put on a pair of pants. I run out the door, down to my neighbor, George. George lives in El Pino. He's from Canada. Great guy. Say, George, you got to come up to my place. It's being invaded by animals. There's an animal in my bedroom. It's an animal in your bedroom. I said, yeah, it's an animal in my bedroom, man. And I don't know what the thing is even. So, so George says, all right. So he comes up and we go in and we walk in the bedroom, still up on the ceiling above my bed. It's above my bed. So he looks up, he says, Carter, that's a gecko. I said, it's a gecko. I'd never seen a live gecko. He says, gecko. He says, it's a gecko. And the first thing that occurred to me was, if it's a gecko, why isn't it trying to sell me insurance, right? All right. So then the second thing, I turn to George and say, well, what if it drops on me and bites me? Is it poisonous? So George says, Carter, geckos are not poisonous. It's a tiny little lizard. And then he explained, and matter of fact, instead of being upset at it, you ought to be thanking it for being in your house. The more geckos you have, the less spiders you're going to have, the less water bugs, the less other bugs. Geckos eat bugs, right? And so, can you buy them by the dozen? Because I hate bugs. I don't like a lot of you. So he laughed, said, no, don't worry. You'll have them by the dozen eventually, if you leave the doors open. And so a gecko. So you're going to see all kinds of animals you've never seen before. You see iguanas walking around. You're going to see gorgeous macaws, the works. I used to jog along the beach in Roatan and see starfish and barracuda swimming beside me while I was jogging. It's pretty nice. And I talked to my wife, by the way, who is from Honduras, Angelita. I said, Angelita, did you have many geckos? She said, well, of course. She explained to me, Carter, geckos are not native to Honduras. They were brought there by you gringos, right? She said, that's how they got there. So you can thank yourself for this animal that scared you to death. So that's life in Honduras. It's a different life. It's a good life. You're back with nature. Be ready for that. Unless you move to Tegucigalpa in Honduras, maybe Managua, San Salvador, one of the big cities, you're really with nature. You're back to living among pristine. Let's use that word, pristine. So that's a day in the life. That's what it's going to be like. And I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to, even with the geckos, you're going to enjoy it. So that's a day in the life. Now let's talk about, and if you have any more questions about geckos or any of the other wildlife there, I saw them all. And it was a real treat. It was a real treat. If you have any questions, let me know. Or comments. You might be saying, Carter, you're an idiot. That's my comment. Oh, okay, yeah, and you're right. Let's talk about the most frequently asked question of the week, okay? A question I get a lot. And that's, what about healthcare? And I tell people, well, if you need surgery, they usually use a carpet knife and duct tape. And that's not true. And that was sent, that makes them scared to death. I say, look, the healthcare down there is going to surprise you with the quality of it. It's going to surprise you with the quality. It's pretty darn good. Now, I like to talk about Honduras because I live there and I always want to be firsthand with you. Okay. I always want to be firsthand with you. So, this guy is telling me what he has seen, not what he read on some Wikipedia or something, what he's really seen. Honduras has three major hospitals, three major. Tegucigalpa, remember I told you it's the capital. Hospital Escuela, top flight for almost any kind of treatment. San Pedro Sula, that's another major city, middle of the country, second largest seaport in Central America. Hospital Samasa, excellent facility, any kind of surgery. La Ceiba, where I live near, I just told you about. Hospital Vicente de Antoni, which is very interesting. Quick aside. The Antoni brothers came from Italy in 1900 and opened up one of the first fruit companies ever in Honduras. Okay, two Italian brothers. Okay, eventually became Standard Fruit, but they also gave the money for that hospital. That's why it's named after Vicente, one of the brothers. Very, very modern hospital, very up to date. Now, if you need a heart transplant, like my brother needed a couple of, would I have it done in Honduras? To tell you the truth, I'd be very careful wherever I had it done. He went to University of Maryland Hospital in Baltimore, fantastic. You're doing great 7 years later. But any other surgery, yeah, very, very good. I had my only personal experience was I love to get off the chicken bus when I went from Alpino to almost every day to La Ceiba. Walking down, I wore sandals. I wore sandals everywhere. I don't even think I took a pair of shoes to Honduras. And I like to walk and read, which is not real smart, but it's what I do. And so I stubbed my toe and broke my big toe. And so I limped to the Vicente de Antoni hospital, and the treatment was first class. It was first class. Absolutely very nice. I couldn't even speak Spanish. I just pointed, hey, roto. I knew roto was broken. I said, yeah, okay, roto. And they fixed it, and it was fine after a couple of weeks. But let's talk about the cost, okay? Here you go to the hospital, and it costs you literally an arm and a leg, right? If you can get in now with all this nonsense. Doctor's visit in Honduras, $15 to $25. That's what I said, 15. It reminds me when I was a kid, $15 to $25. Hospital stay, $50, $60 a night, maybe $75. You want a really nice room, private room. Surgery, a couple $1,000s. And again, first rate. I knew doctors there, first rate, well trained, and very caring and compassionate. So that's your answer about healthcare. And one more item, which I like. I think you might too. Prescriptions. I have a prescription I get for a back thing. Thank God it's not bad, but it affects my leg. Doesn't even affect my back. But so I get a prescription 2 years ago, and it's a prescription for 30 days. And I take it for 30 days and go to get it refilled. No, you have to go get it refilled. You got to get another prescription. Doctor. There, you need a prescription. You go to the pharmacy, Farmacia. You go to Farmacia. That's it. And you walk up and you get your prescription, which costs about a tenth of what it does here. Okay? About a tenth. Same exact medicine, folks. Pfizer, Big Pharma, all the same exact medicine, about a tenth of the cost. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially as you get older. And sometimes when you get older, you need more pills. How about prescriptions that are a tenth of the cost, right? Not have to worry about health insurance. What are you paying now? $1,000 a month health insurance for you or your family, whatever, So healthcare in Central American countries, I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. All right. Any questions? Give me a call. And by the way, I always want you to know the Coffee with Carib Carter is brought to you by the Offshore Club, Offshore.club. And I'm the president of it. It's a great organization, lots of members now, and I love every one of them. Some of them I get calls, I get emails, and wonderful people, and so if you have any questions about that, write to me at caribcarter@gmail.com, and it'll come right into the Offshore Club. Okay, offshore.club. But despite the fact I'm president of Offshore.club, doesn't mean I don't want you to go to other places that can help you, because there are a lot of them. One of them, International Living, has a great brochure, almost a booklet actually, on healthcare in Honduras, and I'm sure in other countries down there. Just go to internationalliving.com to healthcare in Honduras for a lot of what I was just telling you about, okay? And you can check out the other countries too. It's a good resource. Another one is Nomad Capitalist, excellent.com, excellent. Go to all these. I'm suggesting to you that you move offshore. So avail yourself of all the resources. The club, the offshore.club, we're a club and lifestyle, a lot of lifestyle, friends and family, person to person. I don't think you can get a lot of that at these other organizations, but you are going to get some good information. I want you to do it. Okay. If you missed that, where it is, it's right to me, caribcarter7@gmail.com. Let me repeat that because I really do want to hear from you. caribcarter7@gmail.com. 7, number 7, not written out SEVEN. All right, moving quickly along. Let's go to All right, the Mad Max report. Got to talk about, I know I know what you're going to find when you get there to the Caribbean, the Caribbean lifestyle. It's very pleasant, the sun, sand, surf. We always say, come on down where the sun never sets on the good life at a great price. And it really is. And it really is. So let's talk about, I'm telling you why you need to go arrive there. Now, I'm going to have to tell you why you need to leave here. And I'm going to make this part brief because I don't like it. I don't like negatives, but you need to know the negatives. 50 years in politics, I know these people, folks. The longer I was in politics, the more I realized that Mark Twain was right. He once said that Congress is America's only truly criminal class. I think a lot of you have already seen that for yourself, but you are no longer free. Okay. But by the way, I have what I think is a real good column that was in the at the club newsletter, the Gazette, earlier this week, maybe been Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday, on the 5 reasons that for the coming American apocalypse. And I go over some of the stuff I'm going to tell you now. So if you want to read it, it's down in chapter and verse. You're not free here anymore. You're simply not free. If you think you are, go to the baseball game. Oh, that's right, I can't. Go to a restaurant and try to relax. Oh, I have to have my mask on. I can't sit. You can't. Go to a concert. Oh, you can't. I forgot. Try to walk out your door. Oh, you can't. You say, hey, this Fauci guy said 15 days with my mask. It's been a year. And remember, if you recall, he said, no, you don't really need to run around in a mask. Now he's saying you need to wear 2. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? There's nothing wrong with me. What's going on? There's no freedom, and it's not coming back. What did the governor of California tell his people? It's the new normal, and get used to it. That's very nice. Thank you. That's very nice. So you want to be free, you want to live and breathe free? Yeah, the Caribbean. Okay. So, but the what's coming is, and I'm going to tell you this, and then we're moving on. Taxes, 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 taxes. Whatever you have as an income left now, after they may have destroyed your job or your business, whatever income you have, they're bringing back the Obamacare tax, pretty substantial. Okay. Remember, Trump got rid of it. It's coming back. It'll be back very soon. They're also going to have a 20% tax increase that Biden's already announced by repealing the Trump middle class tax cut. If you recall, Biden said, and Harris, it will be our first order of business, 20% tax increase for you. Where are you? Yeah, for you. And on top of that, he's raising the income tax, the federal income tax, from 37 to 52%. That's a lot of taxes. You're also going to see, I have friends that work in Congress now, they're talking behind the scenes about a COVID tax, because we have to pay for the fact that the Democrat governors destroyed 48 of the 50 states' economies. That all has to be replenished. And then you're going to see the Green New Deal tax. It's a $93 trillion bill for Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal, windmills for you, over the next 10 years. That comes out to $60,000 per year per American household in new taxes. Are you going to get hit that hard? Perhaps not, but as Shaw Galani, one of the top investment counselors in America with Money Map Press, said, you may not get hit that hard, but you will get hit hard. Okay? You don't need these taxes. You don't want these taxes. Get out and get away from them. Okay? They're going to wipe you out. And why shouldn't you wait? Elizabeth Warren, who's one of the top people on the Senate Finance Committee now, is already introducing a bill to make you pay 40% of everything you have if you try to leave the country. I wish I could tell you I'm making this up, but I'm not. Look it up. It's all there. It's what it is. Enough. That's Mad Max. So you know why I call it Mad Max? You think? That's Mad Max territory, folks. That's Mad Max territory. So let's get out before it goes mad, okay? Get out before it goes mad. You don't need that. You don't need that in your life, especially not taxes in Central America. The income tax on money you make in a country like Honduras, Nicaragua, what, 5%, maybe 10%. My home is $30,000 home. I think I paid $10 a year tax, whatever. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So when you get there, I just mentioned my home. I want you to buy a home. I want you to buy a home. And so let's talk about the next segment. Ta-da! The $1,000 listing Caribbean. Okay. I wish I could be as good as Ryan and the sparkle like he does, but unfortunately, he's 60 years younger, man, a lot better looking. So I can't pull that off, but I can tell you about the kind of deals we're talking about. Forget home prices in America. Forget these inflated prices, which are going to go up. They're going to go up. Forget about it. Here's what you get down there. I got a call this past week from a guy who said, Carter, I watch you. I love your podcast. Thank you. And I found the place I'm thinking of buying. It's in La Ceiba. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want anybody to rush in and buy it, after this guy, already told me he wants to. I don't want somebody to take it out from under him. But it's a home, gorgeous home on the beach, and has a hotel with it, restaurant, bar, and the home. It's an estate. It's an estate. You ready for the price? Well, first let me lay the ground. If this home or this estate was in Miami, it'd probably be $2 million, at least $2 million, maybe more. In the Hamptons, $5-6 million. And I'm not exaggerating. If you saw it, you'd say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." He was asking me, "Do you think you should buy it?" Well, when I tell you the price, you're going to know what my answer was. You know what the price was? And it's gorgeous. The pictures were, oh my God, to die for. $230,000. What? Carter, did you say 230,000? Did you forget a zero? No, I didn't forget a zero. $230,000. Okay. Yeah, not hard to find. Remember last week I told you on vvion.com, type in the country in the upper right, find the place you want. Just that simple. That's where I found my home. Rachel, my wife, and I have another home there now. Another great real estate deal. One of the people I work with very closely, and one of the people you already know, by the way, in a minute I'll tell you, you want to know who he is, and you'll say, yeah, I know him, I like him. Owns a resort in Nicaragua called Grand Pacifica. I fell in love with it the first time I saw it. First time I saw it was years ago, and it was just in its early stages. I mean, this is on one of those beautiful beaches in Central America. Huge, gorgeous residential resort community. Gorgeous, beautiful beach, golf course, horseback riding. If you go there, I want you to go, if you can do it now, if you're at your computer, Grand Pacifica. It's Grand without the D, Gran, Pacifica.com. Go look it up. And then I want you to go click on, go down and click on the housing opportunities, explore the opportunities, and go to the section on the Casita Village, okay? And when I tell you about this deal, you're gonna love this. Remember, this is not. I'm not giving you $1 million listing New York. I'm giving you $1,000 listing Caribbean. You cannot get a more beautiful residential resort community than Grand Pacifica, okay? You cannot get finer neighbors, more wonderful person than Mike Cobb. Remember, I told you I was going to tell you this. You see Mike every Friday. Open mic, the show right here, okay? Has his own podcast at the Offshore Club. Watch it every Friday. Mike is good. Mike is one of the best investment entrepreneurs in all of Central America. And he's going to give you some good advice, some real good advice. He doesn't have, and he's not saying, I got to sell these people. He doesn't have to sell anything, okay? So Grand Pacific he built, and the Casita Villages, okay? The Casita Village. Let me tell you just real quick a paragraph about it. I'm not selling you. I'm telling you, difference, big difference, okay? You can buy a Casita Village, and what you find, this is a home, a Casita Village, okay, about 1,000 square feet. You can get up to 2,000 if you want. very near the ocean, very near the golf courses. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, breakfast bar, granite countertops, all the amenities, the landscaping, beautiful. Go there. Go to Grand Pacifica, click on the Village Casitas. Okay, all of that. If this home were in Celebration, Florida, I looked it up. I did some comparisons for you. In Celebration, Florida, it would cost you anywhere from a minimum of $250,000 without any amenities. You would not be at the ocean. You would not be on the golf course. You would not, there's nothing. You get the stripped down house, $250,000, and that's it. They ain't got granite tabletops. The rest, $250,000 to $2 million. To $2 million. That's Celebration, Florida. Okay, that's this. How about here at Grand Pacifica, one of the most beautiful residential resort communities in all of the Caribbean? You know how much this home's going to cost you with all the amenities I just said? You ready? $139,000. What'd you say, Carter? $139,000, and it's yours. You move in, turnkey, done. Everything taken care of. That's it. So those are your listings for today. Don't send me a check. I'm not selling them. Look them up. Make a decision for yourself, because you want to, find the place you want to live. Some people want the resort. My wife and I bought in a small town in Honduras. Some people want that. I found other places in, I just look all the time because I enjoy it. I'm trying to remember. My wife told me how to pronounce it. In Guatemala, a home for sale there in a community on Lake Atalana, which was just gorgeous. 11,000 people in the community, everything you'd ever want. I think it was 140, 50,000. So it depends where you want to live. Make your choice wherever it is. Though, you're gonna love it. Okay, you're gonna love it. So that is your $1,000 listing Caribbean report for today. We're running low on time here because I know I blabber on because I like it. Matter of fact, I love it. I know you're going to love it too. Okay. I care about you. That's why I do these every week. I want you to have something good in life. Okay. And I want you to be able to do it at a price you can afford and enjoy, and still have a lot left over to live the good life. And the good life at a great price. If you have, I was thinking, if you have $2,000 a month income, you can take your whole family and live there. I'm going to say like royalty, maybe not quite like Queen Elizabeth, but very, very good. Very, very good. The next segment I want to get to, which I like a lot, is called Friends and Family. Friends and Family. Now, normally, as I said, I'm going to interview somebody, but this time, Patrick Hebert. Those of you who are watching every day, and watch every day at 10 o'clock. It's a new show, a new vlog, featuring that Mondays, Coffee with Carib Carter. Let me take a sip now. Wet my whistle here. Tuesday is the expat mom, Elisa. I hope you watched her this past week. Tells you she's raising 4 little children in Belize. Tells you she loves it. Is life a beach? Almost. Okay. And that's for a mother of 4 little children. Wednesday is Roving with Rachel, successful single mother in Panama. Yeah. Tells you how to do it. And she sparkles. You're going to love her. Thursday is Patrick. And I'm going to show you something for Patrick. In a second, I already told you Friday is Mike Cobb, open mic. Watch all those, because for everyone, you're going to get a different flavor, different feel, different fabric. You're not going to have people driving outside like that. But today, for Friends and Family, one of your new friends and family is Patrick Hebert. And I want you to watch this video that my super producer, Brian Bauman's going to roll for you. And in it, Patrick, who is a father and a businessman and a real community activist now that has his own charity. And he's in Panama, short video, but a good video, showing you what happens when you have community. People working together on something great. And this particular one, they're cleaning up the beach. The beach looks pretty clean to me, but they're cleaning up the beach. So, Brian, let's roll that. And folks, I'll be back in just a second.
Hello, everybody. This is Patrick Hebert coming at you again. Today I'm in Panama City, in the country of Panama. out in Florida. The hustle and bustle of the city here. You can hear the traffic and the construction sounds in the background. But also see the beautiful Pacific Ocean and the palm trees and the walkway down below the apartment here. And again, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about community and things like that. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about actually the Grand Pacifica community. Well, what I'm doing here in Panama right now is I'm heading out to our Freedom Village, aptly named. It's a place to get away from everything. And it's out in the tropical highlands, and it's a beautiful spot near Boquete, Panama. And I'm looking forward to going out there in a little while. But right now, I just want to talk to you a little about community at our Grand Pacifica property in Nicaragua. And we just had a beach cleanup together with a Rotary Club, and it's really interesting and really great as we started a Rotary satellite club, they're called, in our Grand Pacifica property. So Managua has a Rotary Club, and what we've done is created one in Grand Pacifica as a satellite of that. And we do a lot of great things with that group. Rose Marina, Jason Taylor, some friends from there have all been very instrumental in getting that together, and it's done amazing things. This last week we did a beach cleanup, which is great, because what happens after the rainy season and a lot of garbage comes down the rivers into the ocean, and when it pours into the ocean, the waves push it back up on the beaches, and it can make quite a mess in all the world's beaches, but in our case, on our beach. And so we get the community together, and this time we had 25, 30 people out there with garbage bags and picking up the garbage, and I'll include some pictures here on the video. I think you'll see it. Again, another thing that's part of the community. We love to have people come out and do help with those sorts of things, and it's a great way to meet people. You're talking to your neighbors all the way along, and you end up saying, "Oh, I'll come over for a barbecue later," and that sort of thing. So it's great, and it's another part of community building and meeting people, making friends in a new place where you're going to live. So just wanted to bring that one up as another opportunity for communities, and we'll keep talking about community living in Central and South America. Thanks.
Wow. Well, is that great? Is that great? Patrick, Patrick's just a good guy. You ever meet somebody in your life and you just say, you know what, I like that guy. He's just a good guy. That's Patrick. He's a good guy. And he's doing great work. As I said, he has his own charity helping out people in Nicaragua. If you end up moving there, get to know him, help with that charity. God bless you. God bless you. It's a wonderful thing. All right. I promised you that I was going to bring you a special guest who is very near and dear to my heart, and who is going to, in future episodes, teach you how to make the most delicious Honduran, right?
Yeah.
Honduran dishes that you've ever tasted. This is my wife, Angelita. Angelita, say hello to these people out there.
Hi, everyone.
Right now, some of you are thinking, I think that's the Beauty and the Beast. Don't say that. That's not nice. So what she's going to do, Angelita, her segment, which will come to you starting next Monday, every couple Mondays, is going to be called En La Cocina. Did I pronounce that okay? Cocina?
Angelita.
Con Angelita.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, there we go. And what's the first dish you're gonna next Monday? She's gonna teach you to make my favorite Honduran food, my favorite by far. Absolutely love it. And what's it called, Angelita?
Baleadas.
Baleadas. And so that you can have the ingredients with you and join in making them next week when she makes them right on camera for you. Here you are, here you put this area, whatever. What are the ingredients for delicious baleadas?
They don't need to do tortillas. They need go to every supermarket. They have some tortillas.
Tortillas. And you recommend corn tortillas, right?
For baleadas, it's
Flour tortillas. They come in bags like this. Okay, good. And then what do they add to it? To make them a tortilla, baleada.
Okay. ¿Cómo las quieren las personas?
Yeah. Tell them the ingredients.
The ingredients?
Yep.
In Honduras, generally, when we do baleadas, it's with frijoles and some cheese.
Frijoles, which for those of you out there who do not speak Spanish, is beans.
Beans.
Yes, refried beans, okay? Refried beans. What else?
Cheese.
Cheese, grated cheese, not sliced, grated.
Yeah, grated.
Next,
Some carne.
Corn.
Chickens or beef.
Chicken or beef.
Mhm.
And finally,
Eggs.
oh, that's right,
And
eggs.
some avocado.
Avocado,
Yeah.
fresh avocado, folks. Fresh avocado, eggs, and mayonnaise. Did they put mayonnaise on them?
Man is no.
No, sorry. My mistake. No mayonnaise. No mayonnaise. All right, so we got it. That's the ingredients. Go out and get them. She just told you all the ingredients you need to make delicious baleadas. To me, it's the national dish of Honduras. And next week in La Cocina con Angelita, you will teach them. You will show them. She's going to show you. You can go with her. You can join in making fresh, delicious baleadas. Thank you for joining us, Carib Carter.
You're very welcome.
His wife, right? All right. Thank you, folks. All right. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And I can guarantee you, when she teaches you next week how to actually make the baleadas, you are going to say, this is one of the best foods I've ever eaten, because I loved them. When I lived in Honduras, I lived on them, and they're just excellent, and they're healthy for you. They're very healthy for you. So thank you. Thank you, Angelita. I appreciate that. And now, finally, this last section means a lot to me, because you know what? We all need encouragement. I call this last section, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing, okay? Because we all need encouragement. Especially when we're stepping out into the unknown, when we're trying something new. You know, the most fear is the fear of the unknown. And I know that I'm saying to you all, leave the home maybe you've lived for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe longer. It was longer in my case when I made the move. And step out into the unknown, okay? We're trying to help you know the unknown as much as possible. But this section in Let's Do This Thing, I want it to be, you might call positive thinking, because I really want you to think positively about this. You know, I just watched a great piece with one of my favorite people, Dean Graziosi. And he was saying he was at a session with Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins had a guy who was suicidal. And he was saying, before you commit suicide, let's make a list of the things you don't like about your life and things you want in your life. And they're making a list, and they get done with the things that really had upset the guy. He was a young guy, had a very rough life. And he went to the part about what you want. And the guy kept saying, well, I don't want people to tease me. He said, no, I don't. We're not talking about what you don't want anymore. We're talking about what you want. And that's what I want you to focus on now. Focus on what you want, because you know what? I don't care what you've had in your life in the past. I don't care what you haven't had. When you make this move to Central America, to the Caribbean, you're going to have what you want. Decide what you want, and you can have it, because you can afford it. You can afford it. You're stepping out where the cost of living is about 1/10 of what you're having to endure now. The people are friendly. There is a positive atmosphere in the air. And you're going to have all of that. So I want you to think about what you want. Forget the problems of the past. Forget your fears of the future. Focus on what you want. To help you do that, every week I'm going to do this, because I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that this is going to be great for you. And I don't want you to miss out because of a nagging fear back here get out. And so every week I'm going to bring you something that to me has said, this really helps bring home the way I need to look at things. And this week, it's a Denzel Washington video where he was given a commencement address. It's brief. It's only 11 minutes. I urge you watch it. Watch it, please. Please do this. Do this for me and for yourself mostly. And one of the things he tells these students, and it really is the message that I want to leave you with. He tells them. He said, "My wife once told me, to get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done." And that's what I'm asking you to do, isn't it? Something you've never done, something you might need to consider. So, super producer Brian, let's roll this. And then, folks, I'll come back just to say goodbye, okay?
The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Here's my second point about failure. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together.
Is that great? Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Do what you've never done. Do what you've never done. You know, I'm in AA. I've been for 20 years. We always say in AA to people, new people come in. If you want what we've had, what we have, do what we've done. Okay? And it's the same message, isn't it? A great message. So that's it. That's it for today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Write to me. Write to me. Carib Carter 7, number 7. Don't write out. Number 7 at gmail.com. Give me your input. Give me your thoughts, your questions, your comments. I want them all. That's how I learn. That's how I can also best serve you. Okay, fair enough. I look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks for joining me.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us at the Offshore Club. For more information on the Offshore Club or to contact Carib Carter, visit www.offshore.club today. www.offshore.club. That's www.offshore.club. See you next time at the Offshore Club.